Good morning. Today we are doing Mirror Pass, and we are continuing the massive steep uphill from yesterday. Doesn't feel as bad because I'm well rested. We got a lot of people at camp last night. They just kept trickling in. It's probably because it's one of the last designated sites before going up and over the pass, but we got like 3.5 miles still, I think. So we'll just keep chugging along till we get up there. I think this one's gonna have a lot more snow on it. I got my micro spikes on to help move faster. But we're still like 2.5 miles to the pass. Awesome views up here. Not too much snow really. Oh, we're gonna be squeezing our way up around that corner. We still can't even see Mirror Pass itself yet, but it's up that way. Just came up from there. Across these snowfields. And up to the next section. There's Helen Lake, all frozen over. Lots of snow patches to cross. Looks absolutely incredible up here. We're going to be making our way just to the right of that tallest peak. Over that way somewhere is Mirror Pass still. One quick look back. There's everything we've come across. And this has been a fun, challenging climb. And we're about to be rewarded. That little stone construction up there, that is the top. That is the top of Mirror Pass. That is the Mirror Shelter. We're almost there. Here's the inside of the shelter. Built 1930.
There we go. Won't be hanging down. Won't leave a stretch down the side of my face.
Time to say goodbye to the shelter and cross over to the other side. Looks like a good amount of snow going this way as well. We probably had 2 miles of snow coming up. Probably have at least that coming down. I'm seeing like 3-foot deep post holes out here, which is why you want to do this as early as possible. There's looking back towards Mirror Pass. This is all Wanda Lake. Still walking on snow patches. I think we're finally done walking on snow. 6.5 miles and 4 hours of wearing the micro spikes and walking through snow. And up ahead there is Sapphire Lake. There's looking back, leaving Sapphire Lake behind. Winding our way through there and into the next valley. Now we're working our way around Evolution Lake. There's the next valley we're heading into, starting the next long descent. I think it's something like 13 miles from here until we hit the low point. It's a rocky descent, but I feel like I'm making decent time coming down. It's not too difficult. This has been an awesome little stroll through the woods. The descent's pretty mellow now, following Evolution Creek. Haven't seen any other hikers down here. Just totally alone. Easy terrain. This is making up for the last couple of days of really rough terrain. This is the Evolution Creek crossing. Doesn't look too bad. It's not too swift. I'm gonna cross it right up here. The only problem is the mosquitoes are out by the millions. They're eating my legs alive while I got my pants hiked up. Yeah, this isn't too bad. This one's the Paiute Creek Bridge. Can you imagine cutting and moving a tree this big? This is one of the biggest felled trees in the middle of the trail I've seen. But they cut out this big chunk of the midsection and rolled it off to the side. Yeah, that was a project. Made it to the split off for the Muir Trail Ranch. It's closed right now. No one knows why. No one knows if it's going to open up later or not. But that's usually a decent place to jump in and get a resupply, a little bit at least, and You stay there, I think. I'm not sure what other amenities they have. But this is also the lowest point of the valley. It's all uphill from here to Selden Pass. That'll be tomorrow. And we are 1 mile from camp. Made it to camp for the night. There's at least one other person tented around, so I'm not totally alone. But I'm gonna get set up and everything else taken care of. We're doing a good push through this section so far, but tomorrow is gonna be the final test. There's some more complications going on that we'll get into later, so thanks for watching this one, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. We're up and on trail early. Got up at 4:30, on trail at 5. Had pretty big group of people. They just kept trickling in last night at the campsite. And it was also like the warmest night I think I've had on trail. I think it was like about 50 degrees. But today is going to be kind of rough and very long. So 19.9 miles from here is the turnoff to get to VVR. The ferry going across the lake is not running because the lake is too low. So that's going to add 6.7 miles to the whole length of the trip. So I got to do a 26.6 today. And I'd like to get there before they close the grill so I can get dinner. Which is why today's going to be a little rough. We're going up and over Selden Pass. Hopefully that shouldn't be too bad. But I'm ready for it so far. Let's see what today brings. Finally able to see the sun this morning. Here's part of the Sally Keys Lakes. There's another of the Sally Keys Lakes. This one's Heart Lake because it's shaped like a heart. The bottom point is down at that end. And then the top left piece is over there. Top right half is over there. I don't know if we're going to get a good aerial view of it, but just take my word for it, I guess. This is just a gorgeous hike up to the pass. We're very close to the top of Selden Pass at this point. There's a little narrow valley area we've been coming up. This one's been really different than the others. It's kind of a tight, windy space. We're like 0.1. It's just a little bit further up and around a corner. Almost there. There's behind me a little bit, the top of Selden Pass. And it is just gorgeous looking into this side of the valley. Not much snow, which is great. A little body of water over there is the Marie Lake. We're kind of dipping down towards that way. There's the runoff from the lake. Starting our descent down into the next valley. This is the Bear Creek crossing. Here's the main part of Bear Creek, another crossing. I'm going to try to go on these logs. I think this will work. I'm just a little downstream from the trail. The trail itself is kind of up that way. You could ford it, but I'm looking for a dry spot if possible. And success, I'm still dry. It's a little sketchy, but not too bad. Now I'll work my way back to the trail. I think we're back in the aspen forests. We're making our way up another hill. Only another 1.25 miles or so, then we'll crest over, and then it's all downhill. This turned into a 60-degree uphill slope for 1.5 miles. I thought this was supposed to be a horse trail. Alright, I got a bunch of new updates. So I just passed the trail junction. The Bear Ridge Trail is the first exit that people can take to get to VVR. I wasn't planning on taking that one anyway because you kind of skip this 4-mile section of trail because a lot of people go to VVR the first exit and they come back the second exit because it's a big steep downhill and nobody wants to come back up the way they came. Anyway, there's a bunch of people chilling there. And if you don't have Verizon service, you can get cell service. So I'm the only one who can't get cell service. So everyone was, the Far Out app was updating all the user comments, and the latest comments for the ferry service across the lake is that the ferry is now running apparently. So that changes my game plan for the better. So about 4 miles from here, we're right at the top of the hill, so the trail's going to start descending down. We're going to drop all the way down to the trail junction. We're going to take the split off there. About 1.5 miles in is where the ferry dock is at. So hopefully there's some information posted. I've got a phone number for the VVR place, so even though I don't have service with my phone, I can send a Garmin GPS text, let them know for ferry pickup. So plan A is take the ferry across the lake, if the ferry's running actually, and plan B would be stick to the original plan. We were going to go down that trail anyway and go around the lake, and that would be like the 26-something mile day. So I could save myself time and distance if we get picked up by the ferry, which would be cool. Then with the descent, I'm at the trail split off. Selden Pass is in the future. Lake Edison and the ferry, that's where we're headed. So I've heard the ferry is on a tight schedule, and that would be like 3 hours from now for a pickup time, which isn't at the dock because the dock is dry and the lake level is low. So you have to hike in a certain number of miles anyway to get to where the ferry would be at. So I think at this point it'd be faster just to hike in the rest of the miles. So it's something like 6.5 miles from here to VVR. And right now I'm leaning towards just hiking it. First views of Edison Lake. Water levels are definitely low. I can see a person right out there. That must be as far in as the boat can get, and they're picking up from there. But again, that's like 2.5 hours from now or something, so it's faster if I just hike it in at this point. I've already passed the split off for the boat dock, so that'd be normally up over that way somewhere. I'll keep on going. Coming up on the parking lot in Trailhead area. And I've also just hit a milestone of doing 26.2 miles for today. That is a mountain marathon. This is the longest I've ever hiked, distance-wise. And my elapsed timer says I did a marathon in 11 hours and 54 minutes. If that's any good, I don't know. But from here we got a half a mile left. I think it's all just road walking. And we're at VVR. Alright, I think we're about done for the day here. I got my resupply done. We got dinner, spaghetti meal, that was awesome. I got a happy full stomach. I've got some extra drinks and stuff for dessert. For food, I gotta organize it later, but it's gonna be like the instant mashed potatoes with the tuna packets, and I got a bunch of bars and stuff, and then some Pop-Tarts for breakfast, so that's all I'm gonna have. My plan from now is to just pack up first thing in the morning, super early, chow down some breakfast, and then just head right out of here. But they do a breakfast meal and stuff, like if you want to stay here. Pretty nice place overall. Free camping for hikers in a little tent city here. So it's been a crazy push to get here. I highly do not recommend it. It was pretty rough. I'll show you my plan for the next go around at some point, but it's going to be basically a day and a half to Mammoth Lakes. That's the next stop, so I'm good to get there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.